Well, the trip went very smooth, which is always a plus. Helps you get a little more focused on the game when the trip itself goes well, and made it down there. The weather was great. It was a great facility. The play itself could have been a little bit stronger on our side. Played some very strong competition, couple of top 25 nationally ranked teams, and I think they're gonna prove to be some pretty strong teams this year. So we started off some pretty good competition. I think we could have competed against those teams a little bit better. We came away with a pretty important win against a GLVC team as well, and that's always a plus. But I felt we kind of underperformed a little bit as far as the whole weekend went. But as usual, we found a lot of things that we needed to work on. It was a great opportunity to expose some of our weaknesses, find out some strengths, and learn a little bit more about ourselves as a team. Every chance we get on the floor, we're learning a lot more, and this was a great weekend to test ourselves, find out how we did.
You mentioned strengths. Talk about the strengths that you saw in your team over the weekend.
Well, we had some very strong individual performances, had some girls kind of surprise us in some areas, and had some girls do what we hoped they could do. So some surprises and some non-surprises. Mackenzie Fraudel really stepped up in the middle, became one of our go-to players, had one very strong match without, I think, led us in kills and didn't have a single error attacking. Coming along as a blocker, she's really kind of finding her way in that middle attacker spot. Another young player, Kate Chopek, has really come along with her ball control, contributing in some areas that we weren't really expecting. It's always nice to have a pleasant surprise that way. And then some other players just kind of finding themselves leadership-wise. Some of our upperclassmen, some of our girls with a little bit of starting experience. Our two seniors that have seen the floor quite a bit. They're finding themselves as leaders, and that's been a plus. And then some other bright spots here and there that we're hoping we can continue to develop those parts.
Looking forward to the upcoming weekend down in Indiana at the St. Joseph's invite. Talk about some of the teams that you're going to face and also some of the goals you're hoping to accomplish.
Well, we're hoping a lot of things that we learned about ourselves from Florida, we put into practice this week, put some very tough practices in. So we're hoping a lot of that exposure to the stronger play gets us a little bit more mature on the floor, allows us to battle a little bit better. We're not sure about the level of competition. We start right off with a couple of GLVC matches, and those can be pretty important if we have any hopes for a postseason. As far as goals, it's a little hard to tell. We're still kind of finding ourselves team-wise, so we haven't set any specific ones yet. We're going to be doing that on the way there. But we hope to come out with some wins. If the work we put in this week appears to have paid off the way it has in the last couple of practices, and we feel we should come out with a little better record-wise, and that can be important with the matches. We play a wide variety of teams again, some with some pretty good records and some that come off some tough weekends as well. So it could be a good test for us to see where we match up.
Looking ahead to the upcoming GLIAC schedule and this weekend as well, what type of things are you hoping to gain from this weekend in preparation for the start of the conference season?
Well, we hit the conference running pretty hard. Couple of matches that are within our new pod structure. We play a couple of pod teams, and those become very important because you play those teams twice. So fortunately, we get to start our season on the road, at home against some pretty tough competition in Northern Michigan and then Michigan Tech. A team that finished toward the top last year, and then a team that struggled quite a bit last year, but with a new coach, they're just going to be revitalized. I think they're just looking for any opportunity to win within the conference. So it's potentially a wide variety of confidence and experience in the conference. So we're going to have to be ready for both ends. And I think the last couple of weekends we've really seen that. We've seen some top 10 nationally ranked teams, and then some weaker or less experienced teams. We've got to be able to play consistently, and that's not necessarily been our strength lately. So we're hoping between these last two weekends we can develop our consistency on the floor so that we bring our best game as often as possible, and every time we step on, give ourselves a chance to come away with a win. And that's going to be tested, I think, that weekend, where we're going to see a variety of experience and enthusiasm, between an established program and a program that's really hoping to get back to where they were just a few years ago. It's going to be a good test.
Next week we will preview those upcoming GLIAC matchups. Coach Stanton, thank you for joining us, and good luck this weekend.
Go Cards.